Greetings viewers, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, well, if it becomes a video, we're going to do a head gasket replacement. This video probably going to be not the full length deal. This will probably just be pulling the engine and doing the teardown. I've already done the diagnosis on this vehicle. Didn't take 5 minutes to diagnose. The story on this is a former Snap-on customer of mine. It's at a local shop, got a Subaru in with a cylinder, I think it was cylinder 3 misfiring. No, cylinder 4. Yeah, I think it was cylinder 4. I'm trying to remember now which side of the engine I was on. So they had a misfire code. They put a spark plug, plug wire, and ignition coil on it. Couldn't figure it out, called me. And of course I diagnosed it in no time, 5-10 minutes. Simple cylinder leakage test. Concluded it was a blown head gasket, a severely blown head gasket from compression to coolant. Went over there, pulled the new spark plug out they had put in. It was wet with coolant, already knew what it was. The upper radiator hose had been rigged up onto the radiator. It had double clamps with a clamp going around the radiator neck itself, so obviously the system was building too much pressure and blowing the upper radiator hose off. You know, clear signs had been patched up. It was leaking coolant in the floor between the head and the block. It was so severe. So all the telltale signs just, greatly exaggerated due to the issue and how long they'd had the issue and neglected to fix it. I believe the car is a 2005 Outback, and I believe it is a 2.5i base, and I believe it's got 160,000 miles on it, so right on cue for a blown factory head gasket, being that the original single layer coated gaskets were problematic. So today they asked if I was interested in coming in and doing the job for them, because my 99.9% of all the shops in the area, no one will touch a Subaru. I don't know why people are scared of them. I guess just because of the boxer engine, but good thing about being a former Snap-on dealer to all these shops, they know I'm a Subaru guy, so anytime they get a Subaru in, they either send it to me or they pay me to come in and do the job for them. So today we're going to head over to the shop, pull the engine, pull that cylinder head off. The car has an aftermarket warranty on it, so we got to go through hoops with them. At this point, I push for them to just replace the whole engine due to the severity of the blown head gasket, because I'm afraid that if I do the head gasket replacement, we're going to have an issue with a spun rod bearing, or a compression issue due to that amount of coolant getting into the cylinder, potentially pitting and rusting the bore, and potentially, mixing with the oil enough to dilute the oil and, spin a bearing. So I'm really pushing for that. So what we're doing today, as I said, we're going to pull the engine and pull that cylinder head. Both cylinder heads are blown, but that's the one that's blown to compression. So being a warranty company, they're going to try to get out the cheapest way possible. It's already leaking externally on the passenger side as well, so I'm going to try to document that, submit that, and hopefully when I pull the head, we'll find enough evidence in there to push for them to put a used or reman engine in it instead of going forward with the gasket replacement, because like I said, I foresee if we do a gasket replacement, we're going to have engine failure shortly down the road just due to the severity of this. So that said, I don't know how much I'm going to actually get to film on pulling the engine. Most likely I won't. It's not my shop. I'm not going in there, and try to take over setting up camera equipment and lighting. I'm going in there to be paid to do a job. So I'm going to go in there and pull it. Most likely I can film some once I got the engine out, once we do the tear down, and, give you an analysis of it. But real quick, I'm going to put a clip in, if I still have it, of that cylinder leakage test and concluding that that was the failure of the blown head gasket.
Wet. Push it back up there. Blown head gasket, 100%.
Guys, when you have a misfire on a Subaru that you cannot figure out, you've done the normal things, check for spark, check for injector pulse, all that good stuff. My next suggestion is always a cylinder leakage test. Compression test is okay, but cylinder leakage test really pinpoints the issue with the cylinder itself, whether it be, you know, a burnt or bent intake valve, exhaust valve, blown head gasket, bad rings. The cylinder leakage test is one of the best tests to perform to find out the health of each individual cylinder in an engine. So, like I said, I'm going to put that clip in now if I still have it. And if not, we're going to come back once I've got the engine out. Might do a little clip of me getting there and, you know, the car as it is now, show you that funky radiator hose setup where they, you know, obviously it was building pressure and blowing that hose off. So, we'll be back.
Alright guys, hopefully you can hear me well enough. I'm on my phone, got the engine out. Took a little bit over an hour to get it out. See evidence that someone has been in here before. This very much looks to me like a Felpro head gasket because of the blue coloration. That's definitely a Felpro intake manifold gasket. This engine's been out, this engine's been messed with before. So someone went in here and most likely in car did this head gasket replacement and it failed catastrophically. Don't know how long ago it was, but as I've said in many videos before, I don't trust Felpro head gaskets. They do not last. I don't care what they say about their improved design. Every time I've seen someone put Felpros on a Subaru, you're doing the head gasket job again. So we'll go ahead and get this engine torn down and see the extent of the damage. Alright guys, there it is. New and improved Felpro. Big time failure. As you can see, the camera will focus, how that new and improved coating is just peeling up and failing in no short order. Who knows how long it's been since its replacement's been done. I'd say maybe 20-30,000 miles. But here is where amateur hour is. Someone went at this block prep with a roll-lock wheel, an aggressive roll-lock wheel. If you've seen my videos, you know I use the white 3M bristle disc roll-lock, which is the one that is approved by Subaru because it is very, very fine grit. It does not eat into the aluminum. It's made of plastic. It's not an abrasive like a traditional roll-lock disc that is basically a Brillo pad and you know, removes material, especially on soft aluminum. So I'm gonna have to take a measurement of this block surface, see if it's got too much variation in it, and they might have gouged into the head, caused their issue. But real quick, you can see how the steam cleaning was back here from that failure. We'll look down here at the head real quick, and you can see that same steam cleaning on this cylinder as well. So definitely blown head gasket, definitely due to these Felpro gaskets failing. Do not use the Felpro gaskets. Like I said, every time I see them used, here they are, failed again. So not sure what else I'll come at updating on this. This is pretty much stopping point for the day. We're going to record all this for the warranty company and see how they want to proceed. So guys, someone did this cheap, quick, and in a hurry looking now at the cylinder heads. These cylinder heads were not machined in a machine shop. Whoever did this job was doing it the cheap and fast way. This car was recently bought used, so I assume that whoever got this car probably got it on a trade-in, did a half-assed repair, and sent it to the wholesale auction. Then this dealer happened to buy the car and sell it to this customer. If you look, I don't know if this is going to show up on the cell phone camera, but there is right there a circular swirl pattern. Someone dressed this head with roll-locks, and then down here you might be able to see the long lines there. Someone put sandpaper on a flat surface and ran this head back and forth. It was not done at a machine shop. These are not correct tolerances, and attributed to the failure. It just so happened to have the Felpro gaskets, but as you saw, the Felpro gaskets peeled, but that may be due to the poor machining on the cylinder head surface and the block as well. But again, as many fail pros as I've seen fail, I'm not surprised, but this does not help that matter whatsoever. Like I said, you might be able to just make out that circular pattern right there in the V between where those cylinders come down, but definitely a roll lock did that. And this down here, these long scratches, definitely from someone putting sandpaper, fine grit sandpaper, on a concrete floor, glass table, and skimming this head back and forth. And not what you want to do, guys. This kind of repair doesn't last, as you see. Here I am doing it again. So at this point, with as much damage as they did grinding into that block surface and the heads can probably be cleaned out of the machine shop, but I'm more worried about this block. Putting a straight edge on it, it looks like it's out of tolerance for flatness, so most likely we're going to get the warranty company to put an engine in this car. We're not really going to worry about sending the short block off and getting this decked and trying to save this engine just due to the severity of it. Like I said, coolant's probably gotten past the rings, hurt that cylinder, and you know, our time could be limited on the bottom end, spinning a rod bearing, or you know, other catastrophic failures in short order after doing a proper head gasket replacement and correction on this car. So that said, this will probably end out the video here. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.